Want some craft dinner in a bowl with butterflies on it? Too bad, I ate it all. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I want to try something new with these videos, so just hear me out. I want to make a video a day answering your questions. I'll answer like 3, 4, 5 questions a video, something like that. Upload those questions in one video straight to YouTube, and then if I want to answer more, I'll upload them straight to the Facebook page. Which brings me to the Facebook page. Look it up on Facebook. It's Steve Dangle, all one word. Get on that page, like it because you're awesome, and post your questions. Ask me whatever you want. Steve, what's the square root of awesome? It's gnarly, actually. Thanks for asking. So without further me rambling, on to the first question. First one comes from Christian Ginn, studying at San Jose State University. Did the San Jose Sharks overpay for Brent Burns? Look, I don't want to say yes, but yes. I think a lot of people will disagree with this, but Brent Burns is the best player in that trade, so that's good for San Jose. Setoguchi's a fantastic forward, but I'll take the really good defenseman over the really good forward. And while there is a pick coming back with Burns, it's Coyle and the other pick going back to Minnesota that's kind of troublesome. I mean, Coyle was picked just last year, so essentially you're giving up 2 firsts. It's got to be shocking for Minnesota. They're like, hey, we have offense all of a sudden. This is kind of weird. So what do we do with these guys? Score or something? What's that like? So the Sharks still get a big name defenseman that I think they really needed in Brent Burns, the best player in the trade, but that's a lot. Question number 2, excuse me while I read, comes from Shane McHenry. He's from Sarnia, Ontario, home of the Sting. I hope the Leafs don't overpay for Talbot. How about a poor man Talbot? Zenon Konopka? I think people are underrating this guy. I've been a Max Talbot fan for a long time, but you're right. I don't want to see the Leafs overpay for him. He's not a superstar, but he's one of the best at what he does, so you got to pay him one of the best at what he does money. Zenon Konopka is both under and overrated. A lot of people only see him as a goon, and well, he's got the penalty minutes to back that up, but his face-off percentage is crazy. He's one of the best face-off guys in the league, actually. But here's one. Why not Tim Brent? Earned an NHL spot out of camp, sacrificed his body, gave it his all every night, was able to produce some offense, was responsible defensively, and apparently the team hasn't even contacted him. Kick waste! I understand that the Leafs have a boatload of cap space. I understand that they want to improve at each position, and that's good. But if you end up with Tim Brent as your guy, boo-hoo. He did a good job last season. This next one comes from, I'm going to butcher this, Nico Rantalainen. Doesn't say where he's from, but it says goes to Canucks and Lukio, Finland? Nico's question is, who from the 2011 draft will end up playing in the NHL next season? Brian Nugent-Hopkins is going to go back to the WHL. He's going to dismantle that league, and he's going to end up making Canada's World Junior team. Gabriel Landeskog has some NHL size. A lot of people are already saying he's NHL ready, and he's going to a team in Colorado that, frankly, could use the offense, so maybe Landeskog. But as we start to go down the list, I'm really hesitant to say anyone else. Huberdeau probably needs to bulk up. Larson should probably get in some extra time before heading into New Jersey. Then you go down the line at some of the other guys that are big enough, like Jamie Alexiak in Dallas. Well, it doesn't mean he's ready. But the beauty of it all is how hard it is to predict. I mean, look at Jeff Skinner last year going 7th overall and then winning the Calder. Number 4 comes from Thunder Bay, Ontario. Richard Bosch asks, why was Pat Burns passed over for the Hockey Hall of Fame? Well, Richard, it's because the selection process is silly. When it comes to the Hockey Hall of Fame and who should get in, debates and stuff like that, someone is bound to say this. Well, he's going to get in eventually. That's stupid. Why 4 people? Why that number? How many people deserve to get in? Let's say the number's 9. Let in 9. Then you let in 9 worthy people into the Hockey Hall of Fame, and people go, oh, wow, record for the most inductees at one point. That's news. Which I assume is why they make it 4 every year to create debate, and oh, this is interesting, and have people talking about it. But then the next year, you let in 2 people, because you look at everyone who's eligible, and you go, I think only 2 deserve to get in this time. But screw it. It should be hard to get in the Hockey Hall of Fame. It's the Hockey Hall of Fame. So I'm not saying it should be easier to get in. It should be hard to get into the Hockey Hall of Fame, but if you deserve to get in, you just deserve to get in. And a name that always gets mentioned that keeps getting passed over, Adam Oates. There's another one. One day he finally gets in. You're basically saying, congratulations, Adam Oates, you're in the Hockey Hall of Fame. You didn't deserve it quite as much as some of the people that leapfrogged you, but what a great honor. And I love the Hockey Hall of Fame. I go to it at least a few times a year. I love all the stuff, all the displays, all the interactive goalie craziness, but the induction process, why? Basically what I'm saying is if you let certain people leapfrog others, then you might as well just have different classes of people that get in. Like, you're inducted to the Hockey Hall of Fame first class. You're inducted to the Hockey Hall of Fame fourth class. Does that sound stupid to you? Yeah, it sounds stupid to me too, and that's basically what's going on. Out of angry mode, the 5th and final question goes to Damien Valkenburg from, I'm going to screw this up, Nijmegen, Netherlands. He asks, how many years will it take for the Leafs to win the Cup? And don't give me an, I don't know, we're rebuilding. Be a badass and give me a number. Well, I have a hockey video blog, so you know I'm totally badass. I will give you your number, but let me start by saying it's unfair to say this team will win the Cup this year. Because any given year you have a bunch of contenders and it all matters about who gets hot at what time, who gets cold, who gets hurt. So I expect the Leafs to contend in 3 years and really start to contend in 4 or 5. So this year, in terms of hopes, you're just hoping to make the playoffs, maybe get knocked out in the first round, but hey, the city hasn't seen the playoffs since 2004. The next year, alright, maybe they win a round. There you go. After that, obviously the younger players getting older, you make some additions and you start making that push for the conference final and the final. But of course, what does pretty much any team need to get that far? A number 1 center. And because so many people asked about it, that is going to be the video that I upload directly to the Facebook page. What are the Leafs going to do about a number 1 center? You see, I went the whole video without talking about Brad Richards. Damn it! So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. If you asked a question, thank you very much for your questions. And to post more questions, visit my Facebook page. Once again, Steve Dangle, all one word, and post there. And if I could ask you to do just one more thing for me, go to 5holeforfood.com. We're still accepting donations, and obviously we're still accepting players for all the street hockey games. They've already raised over 6,500 pounds of food, which already surpasses last year's total. And I'm going to throw down the gauntlet for Toronto because we need to set the new record. Because it's not the biggest city in the world, but St. John, New Brunswick just smashed the 5-hole for food record, raising, wait for it, over 4,100 pounds of food in St. John alone. How did you do that? Toronto, we gotta beat that. Withrow Park, noon to 6, Canada Day, that's July 1st. Bring your stick and also bring a donation. There's other ways to donate too. Go to 5holeforfood.com for more details and look up the 5-hole for food events still left on Facebook. If you want to see me huffing and puffing after the first shift, you should definitely come.